I'm back with a new video, and this video is going to be a updated version of how I do my highlight and contour routine.
As above, so below, so below, as above, so below, and on it goes.
To get started, of course, you're going to want to start out with a base of foundation. By the way, you're going to see him popping in and out the video. So now we're going to get started with the actual highlight process. And I like to highlight underneath my eyes. I do use a fair amount of product because I really kind of want mine to show up a little bit brighter than, most, I guess you could say. But I apply it underneath my eyes, forehead, nose, chin, lips, and underneath my lips. Now here you see me blending it out with a beauty blender. This is a damp sponge. I do not suggest using a dry one because it will pretty much destroy your sponge. So here I'm using a light tapping motion, just making sure everything is blended into the skin properly, and so that there are no points where you see a line of demarcation.
Even a semblance of sanity with all the shit that I'm handling might look like a cakewalk, but I assure you that it hasn't been. But I know it's not my story that you know. Just the standard line of those who came up from below. As above, so below, so below.
So basically when you're highlighting, what you're doing is bringing forward something that is kind of set back. So people who have dark circles underneath their eyes truly will benefit for highlighting underneath their eyes. Also, people who want to alter their face shape and give themselves a supposedly idealistic face shape like an oval, you would use certain techniques and certain shapes and certain placement in order to create that oval-like shape. So the reason why I'm putting my powder on now before I contour is because as a preventative measure, I put it there so that my eyes don't crease up underneath from, blinking and stuff.
Even if you don't realize.
So moving on to contouring, I like to apply pretty much stripes underneath my cheekbones, underneath my lips, down the sides of my nose bridge, and also on the sides of my forehead.
Well, I remember it too. Inside every one of us there is a killer.
I also apply some contour on the sides of my chin to balance everything out so it doesn't look like I have just a really long crimson chin.
Embrace the part of you that is more human than you've ever been. As above, so below, and on the nature.
Using the same beauty blender that I was using for my highlight, I'm going to move on to blending out the contour. Now for contouring, you want to just press it out very softly, and the reason being is because you don't want the two to marry and you don't see one or the other. It starts to get muddy when you overblend. So I'm just lightly tapping and moving the product into the skin while maintaining a equal amount of consideration for both, so that way when I'm done, I'll be able to see a nice transition. Now I'm going back in with my setting powder and adding some setting powder to the areas where I highlighted. By the way, in my opinion, using a powder puff to set your highlight will be more idealistic than a brush because it really can specifically target certain areas better than the brush can. I'm setting my contour with some setting powder. I am using a colored setting powder that is deeper than my skin tone and deeper than the foundation that I used. And that's pretty much it on how I do my highlight and contour these days. Now that it's winter in New York City, I pretty much kick it on. So if this seems like a lot of makeup to some people, oh well, this is what I like to do. And that's it, folks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you took away some awesome knowledge today on highlighting and contouring. If you liked what you see as far as products that I use, please feel free to check the description bar because I do put all the information as far as what products that I use. And the reason why I don't put the products into the video is because I feel like it's more important to grasp what I'm teaching rather than what I'm using. It's more important to know the technique than the actual product, in my opinion. So have at it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.
If I can't have